Hey people! Oh my god. You can always tell when it's been a little bit since I filmed because I always feel really awkward. Okay, so I recently, aka in the past like 3 days tops, discovered BookTube. And let me tell you, I am obsessed. I cannot stop watching book hauls, bookshelf tours, um, end of the month read, I forget what they call them, but books that people have read throughout the month and their TBRs, to be reads for the next month or the year, whatever, and I am obsessed. I can't stop watching them. It's a problem. So, in light of that, I have decided to do a book haul of my own. I've been debating back and forth how to do this without being obnoxious, and really there's no other way because I kind of went crazy this month with books. But in my defense, I don't really buy books firsthand. Like, I'm more of a thrifter. Especially recently, the past several months, I have not bought a book new, I don't think, since I moved up here, and that was almost a year ago. So yeah, and I mean, I've got some nice hard books. I've got some nice hardback books. If I would really suggest going thrifting, just in general, but especially for books, because you can usually bundle them or, you know, get them for a really small fraction of the original price. And I mean, some of them, you know, dicey quality, like condition or whatever, but most of them, as you can hopefully have seen, are in really good condition. I'm thinking, like, especially these are in really good condition. I mean, this one looks brand new, pretty much, and a lot of them are like that. So I mean, I think it's a really good deal. And I really get most of my books from the library, so no money involved whatsoever unless I take them back late. Then I get fines, which happens a lot more than I should probably admit. But alright, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. Here we go. The first place I'm going to do a haul from is the Salvation Army, and I don't think I paid more than $1.99 for any of these books, so they were really good buys, and I'm really excited, and I'm gonna start. Okay, the first book is probably the weirdest name for a book I have ever seen in my entire life, which, I mean, obviously I had to pick it up and see what it was about, and it sounded really interesting, and that is A Deodorizer of Dead Dogs, and it is edited by Carl Japixi. I don't know, I didn't say that right, I don't know, but it's a collection of writings by Ambrose Bierce, and I'd never heard of him before, but it says he's probably the best American author you've never read or even heard about, which is odd because Ambrose Bierce led the kind of life that usually piques the imagination of readers for centuries, and his story just sounded really interesting to me. It's really small, and it's got a whole bunch of different short stories in it, so I think, and there's like big print, so I think I'll be whipping right through this. Next one I got because sometimes I go on a self-help book binge, and I think I'm gonna read them, and I usually end up reading like a chapter, if that, and this is one of those. Actually, I haven't read any of it, and it is Live Your Dreams by Les Brown, and I put this in my nightstand and have not touched it since I bought it, and that was like over a month ago. This next book I got at the same time as the Les Brown book, and it is King of the World by David Remnick, and it's about Muhammad Ali. I love biographies, memoirs, autobiographies, that kind of stuff, or at least I get on kicks, so I bought this. This next one is Case Histories by Kate Atkinson, and this looked really interesting, or I'm not really sure what this book is about. I think the chapters are named names of different people, so I'll be really interested to see what this is like. And I've also seen a couple other books on people's channels that were written by her, and they said it sounded really good. So next one is a classic that I read, I believe, in 7th grade. And I want to read it the full way through because I probably only read a few pages of this in middle school, and I'm not even gonna lie about that. So, and that is Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Next one is Sad Cypress by Agatha Christie. I'm really sorry about this glare. I don't know what to do about that. She's really popular. I've never read anything by her before, I don't think, so I'm excited. This next one I'm really excited about. I'm a little kid at heart. I love Disney movies. I love any kind of children's story, really, that I grew up with. I love Roald Dahl. I love Lewis Carroll. And hence why I got Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Introduced by Chris Riddle. Next one is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. I mean, who doesn't want to read anything by Ernest Hemingway? Like, come on. And this looks like it was used by someone. I don't know if that's coming up in the video, but this was obviously a school book for someone. This next one, I remember watching this movie as a kid. I've never read the book. Again, it's kind of a kid's book, but I think anybody can read it, and that is The Borrowers by Mary Norton and illustrated by Beth and Joe Crush. This next one, I'm kind of a dweeb. I like trivia, especially movie and TV show, and well, really any kind of trivia, but the intent of this video, it's movie trivia, and hence, let's go to the movies. A collection of tales, trivia, and quotes. I kind of want to start doing different series, so I think I'm going to incorporate this and my next book into sort of some of my videos. I don't know. Surprise. And this next one is Movie Trivia Quiz Book. It's got Marilyn Monroe, and I should know who that guy is, but I don't, and I feel really ashamed about that. Yeah. Moving on. I'm really excited. Like I said, dweeb. Okay. Next one, my mom said she read this and absolutely loved it, and it is The Island of Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. Ooh. And it's about a girl who gets stuck on an island, and I think she befriends dolphins. I don't know, sounds kind of weird, but I think it sounds good. Alright, this next one I got a while ago, and I still haven't really read it. A couple months ago went on a Nicholas Sparks kick and read about 6 of his books within a few weeks, and this was not one of them, but it is a Nicholas Sparks book, and it is The Last Song, and I'm just going to cover that part up because I don't like the movie cover. So yeah, I'll read this at some point. And my last book, and my favorite book, I think, out of all of these books, is one of my favorite books of all time. I was super, super stoked to have found this at the Salvation Army, and that is Night by Elie Wiesel. And if you have not read this book or heard of this book, go at least rent it from your library because it is absolutely amazing, and it's really sad, and it's because it's about the Holocaust and it's about his experiences in the Holocaust, but it is absolutely amazing. I read it in 10th grade and have loved it ever since, and I cannot wait to reread this. This is going to be, I'm going to be rereading this throughout my entire life. So, alright, that was the Salvation Army stuff. So now I'm going to do the currently reading / library book. This isn't actually a library book, and I guess technically it's a thrifted book, but my aunt gave me this for Christmas, and it is Simple Abundance by Sarah.reads.sometimes. I don't know if that's how you say it. It has daily readings for, you know, bringing inner peace and happiness and stuff, and it sounds like it's not your typical, like, self-help book. I really like it, and I kind of stopped reading it when I went out of town last month, and I need to get caught up. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's really cool, and it basically just breaks down everything and makes you rethink a lot of things in your life. Read it. Next are the 3 library books that I currently have out, and these first 2 I have not started reading yet, but I'm very excited to start reading them. And the first one is Jailbird by Vonnegut. I read Slaughterhouse-Five in high school, and I recently decided that I wanted to read that again because I really liked it, but this was the only one that they had at the library at the time, so I figured, why not? This next one, I was really not wanting to read this series. I know it's really popular right now. It just got made into a movie. I don't know if you can guess what it is, but I decided to jump on the bandwagon, and I bit the bullet, and I got it, and I can't wait to read it. This next one is the book that I'm currently reading, okay, and I'm loving this so far. I'm embarrassed that I haven't read it until now because a lot of people usually read it in high school, but when the people were reading it, like, I think it was like 11th grade or something, people were reading it, and I was in a different kind of English class. I was in Peace and Conflict, so that was really about war and everything. That's when we read Slaughterhouse-Five, and I'm blanking. Fallen Angels. I'm completely blanking right now. What is that book? But anyway, The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and I love this book. I love Holden. That's it for library books. Now on to the Rummage Sale, which is the biggest of all of them. The Rummage Sale books were originally 5 for $1, and then that was during the regular time during the week, and then I went back on the dollar day, so everything was $1, but since those were already less than $1, I think I got twice as much for $1, so I think I probably got 10 for $1. So, I mean, yes, I got a lot of books, but they were really, really good bargains. I'm going to try and do my travel books first, so if you're not interested in that, you can fast forward to this time. I'm going to try and go really fast because this is 16 minutes already. Alright, this is a book on Hawaii. This is a book on California's best loved driving tours. Went to California when I was 8. We went to Sequoia National Park, and I just thought it was really awesome. So, and I would love to get back to California at some point in my life. I plan on it. So, another California book, except San Francisco. This next one is Zion and Bryce Canyon National Parks. These next 4 books are a set, or part of a set. I don't have the full set because I was stupid and didn't get the France one when I went. And then I went back, and thank God these were still there. And they are books on Austria and the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. But these are, like, legit. These are... I'm really sorry about this lighting. I know it sucks. I don't know what's going on. These are heavy, like legit. And then 2 more from that set, and oh, they're not upside down. Yeah. Great Britain and Germany, and I was really excited because the Great Britain one came with a road map. Heck yeah. And if I'm anything like my mom, will at some point end up being obsessed with maps and loving maps and studying them. So, fun fact, if I could go anywhere in the world, one place, it would be Paris. Always has been Paris. I am obsessed. I love Paris. Yeah. So I got 2 books on the Louvre and Versailles. And yeah, really want to go to both of these places. Ooh, look at that terrible lighting. Oh my god. Sorry. Look, the Mona Lisa. And my mom, I think she used to have these and loved them. Montreal's 25 Best. And it is your guide to over 400 of the finest country inns, B&Bs, and unique small hotels in North America. This will help for my road trip that I'm planning. Hopefully will actually be executed. Alright, I think that's all of my travel books. So I'm going to get into the other ones, and they're not in any type of order as usual, so bear with me. First one is The Pelican Brief by John Grisham, and I guess it was made into a movie with Julia Roberts. I don't know. I feel like this is his most famous book, and I pretty much got it for the title because I know it's really popular. This next one was suggested by my mom and apparently is a Nobel Prize winner, and that is Herzog by Saul Bellow. It's a mystery, I think, or like thriller or something. I don't really know. This next one, I've already read this book. I've read the series. I read the series a couple years ago. I flew through it and absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to get the next 2. Actually, it's not a series, it's a trilogy. So, and that is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. I love these books so much. Violent, not for children, not for the faint stomachs, but if you like thrillers, I would suggest reading. Side note, I don't want to see the movie though, because I don't want to see a lot of that put into movie form. It's a lot easier for me to read than to watch on a TV screen. Good info, I know. Yeah, this is a high 5. This next one is based on a true story, and Fatal Vision. Again, my mom was with me at the Rummage Sale when we went, and she was looking at all these books, and she made a lot of suggestions, and this was one of them because she remembers this case and said it was really creepy. And I'm gonna have to save this for a very sunny day, not reading it at night because I don't want to get creeped out. This next one is Odds Against by Dick Francis, and again, I think it's a mystery type, thriller type thing. Mom suggested it again, said Dick Francis was really popular, really good, so I obviously trust her judgment. This next one isn't really a book, but I'm obsessed with cookbooks. You'll probably find that out as time goes on. So, of course, I had to get the season's best from the Pampered Chef. Go ahead and laugh. And then I got Ice Age Mammals and the Emergence of Man. I told you it was all random. This next one is Plants That Really Bloom Indoors. I think, yeah, I bought this, and I bought a whole 2 boxes of mini flower pots because I'm going to work on my garden this year. Not that I actually have one, but I'm going to make one. It's on the internet. It has to be true. Last 5 books. Moonlight Becomes You by Mary Higgins Clark. Again, another suggestion by none other than my mother. Ha ha ha, I rhymed. I looked up on Goodreads, and I think a bunch of her books are now on my TBR list, so I'll link that below. I'll tell you about that in a second. I think I mentioned before that I really like memoirs, and here's another one, and it's called A Monk Swimming by Malakim Cork. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I did at least a little bit. No, this one's kind of boring, but I eventually want to get into advocacy and stuff like that, and hopefully one day I want to start my own nonprofit, and I thought that designing organizations to create value from strategy to structure by James A. Brickley, Clifford W. Smith, and Gerald L. Zimmerman with Janice Willett would be a good start to that goal. These last two books are probably some of the books that I'm most excited about. Probably two of the ones that I'm most scared to read. But yeah. The first one is the Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. And I haven't seen the movie, haven't read this. I've heard mixed reviews about it. I'm just gonna give it a try. This thing is humongous. And then my last book, yeah, what was I going to say? My last book, I probably am running out of time, so I gotta say this really quick. My last book is Hannibal by Thomas Harris, and I am super excited to read this because, Hannibal's really creepy, and I don't know. I'm just excited to read this, and it's a really nice edition. I think that organization book is close to $30. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I would love to see if you've read any of these books or have any suggestions based on these books. I am new to BookTube, but I'm super excited about it. If you like this, subscribe, leave me a comment. I'd love to have you here. Feel free to check out my other videos. Bye! The first place I'm hauling... Oh my god, I need to stop playing with that. Okay. No, don't do that. This. Super excited for this. The Movia Trivia Quiz Book. Movia? I invented a new word. It has the next. I hope most of these are in focus. That'll be in the blooper.